Mythra 13 here with a continuation of my Let's Play series. And this area may look a little different than last time you've seen it. This is the Goblin Village, what remains of it. And me and my pet dog, Mister, have been conducting a Goblin War. And I've died many times in the process. Basically, the way the Goblin villages work, they have... It's loud. It's really loud. Okay. As you can see, there's big mounds of dirt in front of each of their houses here. And what I've done is I've basically covered up their spawners. And the sound you're hearing is probably a lot of Goblin Warg Riders trapped inside of the dirt blocks that I've put in front of the doorways over top of their spawners. And some of them are still able to spawn through the dirt and pop out, like that one did just there. He escaped, basically. Well, the way you're supposed to defeat them is to destroy their spawners. And then you can go to the center of their village and take down their totem, and you get like crystals or powder or something that you can craft with. But I've just been kind of toying with them, getting gold off of them, kind of having fun with it. Because it'd be a little too easy to just go in and destroy their spawning blocks. I say it'd be easy, I mean, it'd still be a good challenge, but I haven't decided yet to just destroy them all together. I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll come up with something eventually. I'm sure. I don't know. I might encase the entire village with a stone wall and just let them spawn inside of there. I don't know yet. But basically, yeah, I've died a lot of times, and in the process of fighting the goblins, I had the guildmaster come and ask for my help, so I let him join in with my little goblin war for a while. And basically, the refucules, I think that's what it is, what they're called, they invaded, and I went through that little scenario and defeated them, so I have honor to start my kingdom. Now, as all mods can sometimes be glitchy, here's my city builder, and he spawns inside of that wall, and it took me a long time to figure out where he was. I was real worried for a while, and I kept hearing people die as they spawned in the walls, like in a few other locations. So because this is the last place I've seen him, I dug into the wall here and found him. So by logging out and logging back in, he spawns, and I put this brick of cobble here just to keep him in place for when I'm ready to actually build my kingdom. For now, I'm just laying the groundwork and preparing the location that I plan on having, that I plan on actually having my kingdom be built. So between the Goblin War and fighting the refucules, whatever they are, I think they're refucules. Get my dog to come down here. Okay. Been pretty busy with all that. I've basically vacated most of what I had in here. I only had a few more things to put them in the location where I will be having my kingdom at, my secret location. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of different ores and whatnot, because I have been here. You stay here, have some goblin meat. There you go. because I've been mining deep down underground. And with the, let's see, red power 2, just another mod I'm using, Pam's Earthcraft. With the mods that I'm using, that's what you see, all of the weird looking ores. A few of them are gemstones that you can use as dyes, but basically I've just been mining away. Now you can hear that tinkling sound, kind of like a jewelry box, or I forget what they're called. I think it's a jewelry box, kind of a music, yeah, a music box, kind of a tinkling sound. And that is from a different mod that I have installed that I've yet to disclose till now. And basically when you're mining deep down, I'm like on level 13, I think it is. As you get close, there it is. As you get close to this, and this is the power crystal, as you get close to it, the sound gets louder. So you just smash it with anything, your hands or a brick or whatever you have, and then you gain power crystals. So I have 2 power crystals, and this is from the Powercraft mod by the Mighty Pork, or Mighty Pork. I forget if it's the Mighty Pork or Mighty Pork. And I would basically compare it to, let's see, Industrial Craft, I think it is, and maybe even a combination of Industrial Craft and Buildcraft, if you ever played those mods. And I don't have either Industrial Craft, well, I may have Industrial Craft installed, but I don't have Buildcraft installed because it wasn't, maybe it's, well, okay, at any rate, I will look up which mods I do. I have one, I think, and then not the other, and that was just because one was ready for 1.2.3. It was updated and the other was not. So I'll put it in the notations which one of the two it is, if it's Industrial or Buildcraft, and it will also add the Powercraft mod to my list of mods I'm using. And I've had it installed, but it hasn't become a factor until now. And as you can see, this power crystal was sitting at level 10 where my feet are, level 11 where my character's head is. So you got to go quite low to find them. And you only find them like that with like 1 or 2. I think maybe it may always be 2 together. But pretty tricky to find. So the mod maker added in that little sound that you hear to kind of give you a clue that you're getting close. So when I was down here mining away and I heard the sound, I decided, well, you know, this might be time to make a video and show the progress that I've been making. Now here's a good example. I believe this one here is a dye. Well, this is Garnet by Pam's Earthcraft, and this is Topaz. So these aren't ores or gems that you can make tools with. They're simply used for dyes. And I think if you even put them into the craft, no, you just straight use them as dye. You don't even craft them into dye. They're just already ready to dye your wool or your sheep. So it's an added, you know, Easter egg bonus to have more dyes in the game without having to combine a bunch of things, and it kind of fills out the spaces left by just having lapis be able to be mined, because lapis is the dark blue, and topaz, it looks like it's an orange, and then you have garnet that's pink. So just a nice little bonus. It's real fun for the sake of while you're mining, you tend to find quite a bit more things, like you saw in my chest up above. I have a pretty full chest of various ores and dyes just for the sake of mining in this mine, where you see basically this little tunnel is for the most part. This tunnel here, back to here. Pretty much when I hit this level, which I was planning on stopping right about here, which is 12.6 where my head is, and 11 where my feet are. I think that's how it goes. And then mining, as you can see, up pretty high, so I cover a pretty big area searching for diamonds. I did find, I think, 4 or 5 diamonds. I don't know, something along those lines. One thing about the gemstones that you get is hematite. I think it's a gray dye. One thing about those, though, you need something more durable than a stone pickaxe in order to mine them. You can't do it with just the stone pickaxe, and I have here a sapphire pickaxe. Now, the sapphire is different than the sapphire you'll find from Pam's Earthcraft. This is the sapphire that's added by Red Power 2 mod, and with that you can make tools, and it's slightly less effective than diamond. I think the speed is the same, actually, but it's less durable. But again, this makes much more enjoyable because diamond is so rare. When you find sapphire or ruby or emerald, and you're able to immediately craft some decent tools with it, I believe it makes it quite a bit more fun. So since I found that be part of the Red Power 2 mod, I've almost been, totally insistent upon using it whenever I mod up my Minecraft. There's some iron. This is, I believe, the Nicolite it's called, and that should be with the Red Power 2 mod. You're able to do some sort of bluetricity, I think they call it. It's like a different form of electricity than redstone gives you. And again, there's a lot of mods that I've used, but I have yet to get far enough into them to really describe what all you do, what the uses are. I mean, especially, like, I'm not using the Better Than Wolves mod, but that's a good example. I mean, there's just so much depth to some of these mods that, I mean, I've barely scratched the surface, even though I've used them several times. So that's going to be a fun adventure, and I look forward to doing something of a mod review as I play with each of these mods. I'm not going to make a specific episode for each mod. It's just like with this one, when I come across something, when I figure out how to use something, I'll put it into the episode and kind of just give a feature to it, and be on a path of discovery along with the viewers. So together we'll discover all of the different things that you can do with some of these awesome mods. And again, here's my full chest of crazy good stuff. Like these up here, you can turn into tools. This, I believe, is with red power, and you may or may not be able to. Here's the normal default Minecraft gems and ores. Here's sapphire, like I was talking about. Here's redstone, and then the corresponding bluetricity, whatnot. I'm not sure. It's called Nicolite, but I know almost without a doubt that you use it for some sort of electricity. And with the mod. And yes, I've enjoyed very much killing off those goblins, as they're very annoying. But yeah, trust me, they got me tons of times. Even with the Guildmaster's help, I was getting smashed, because if you run straight into their excuse me, if you just go right into the middle of their little village, it's insane. They come at you from all sides, and it's ridiculously difficult. So, I mean, that's basically the reason why you want to pick one of their huts at a time and, take it down, destroy the spawner, maybe retreat, come back again, get the next house, and I've been just leaving them up, and they wrecked me many times. And that's, like I said, even with the Guildmaster's help, and if anyone has played the Tale of Kingdoms mod, you know the Guildmaster's pretty badass. So, yeah, it was hard, but I mean I enjoyed it. It's just I felt it was a little too easy to just go in there, destroy their spawner, keep them, the strategic way, the smart way of doing it. I had fun. And I mean, you can see my gold total. I'm up to like 34,000. Pretty good chunk of that is from fighting those goblins. And then also I went into the desert and I dug a lot of sand for a path that I'm making. And I converted all the sand I had into sandstone, and I sold it as sandstone to the blacksmith in the guild, and you get ridiculous amounts of money for sandstone. So if you're ever playing the Tale of Kingdoms mod and you're in need of cash, sell sandstone for sure. It's ridiculous. That's why I have 30,000. I'd say 30,000 of that right there, that total, is from sandstone alone. But as I hear a werewolf transforming up above me, I'm about to go back down into the mine and see what else I can dig up. Maybe another power crystal if I'm lucky. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode and look forward to many more. Take care, everybody.